So we are Shake and Associates Consulting, and our client is Ariane Supersonic. Our project is called the Production Schedule and Facility Layout Design of the First Executive Supersonic Jet. Next slide, please. First and foremost, Shake and Associates have signed a non-disclosure agreement with Ariane Supersonic. So this presentation will show an overhead view of what was done to achieve our goals and objectives. Next slide. Ariane Supersonic has a goal and a mission to revolutionize the aircraft industry by bringing humanity closer through supersonic travel. By flying passengers faster than the speed of sound, people can get to their destinations faster than ever before. The new Ariane Park facility will be in Melbourne, Florida, and production on the AS-2, or the Ariane Supersonic 2 aircraft, will start in 2024. Ariane will help humanity to save the most precious resource, time, by allowing them to travel faster to connect, explore, create, and to do things that they love. Next slide. The goal of our project is to develop the most efficient and effective production schedule that ensures crew cycling and minimizes idle time between line moves to meet planned demand for the AS-2 jet. We have 4 main objectives. 1 is to restructure the production schedule for the AS-2. 2 is to reduce idle time to 4 days or less. 3, develop a hypothesis of variables causing these idle times. And 4, propose changes to the layout of the shop floor. Next slide.
For our test plan and implementation, we found that the assembly process had a disjuncture of system takt times. The schedule needed to be optimized so that the storage was minimal and the demand profile was met. Upon researching about lean supermarketing, there needed to be a storage method at some point in the assembly process. Our implementation took the storage step to a different part of the process, thus smoothing the takt times, creating more work in progress, but having less space utilized. Next slide. How the layout and schedule work. Facility layout, we have a wing storage created to replace storage for mated aircrafts and improve space. Third mating station added to accommodate the Variant 2. A pool production system. Sub-assembly storage can be moved to the successor processes logistically. All just-in-time deliveries can be moved freely in the facility to their needed assembly zones. For the production schedule, cycled operators at each station, no processes need to hold work in progress for more than the allotted time. Operators increase production per learning the curve. Automated stations had constant PI until rate breaks were needed. Next slide. For cost comparison, the cost differential shows the effect of shifting work in progress inventory not being worked on an earlier step. This was calculated by finding the difference in the number of mated assemblies and wing assemblies made per year and how many were used in that year. This table is to show that adding a proposed third mating station would be cost effective. The return on investment of adding the third mating station would be less than a year. One of the challenges faced was that there was one system feeding 3 other systems and each had independent takt times. The image below shows a red 4-day process flow being as an input for the 3 other 5 and 16 days. Because of lean supermarketing, we have to have a place of storage, so that was what caused us to have the largest challenge. A smaller challenge was a quarter way through the semester, the data files and layout of the facility all changed, and our team had to reassess the whole project. Not only that, but the data was only estimated on outcomes and made on future predictions. Next slide.
For the motivation and the success of the project, we relied on 2 things, teamwork and feedback. For teamwork, we were able to stay motivated during the semester by having a great team relationship and creating a collaborative atmosphere. We held each other accountable by working independently or in small groups, and when we didn't, we scheduled Microsoft Team video call meetings twice a week with all of the group. As for feedback, it was very important for Ariane to give us feedback so that we could succeed in our project. Felipe Arboleda, our sponsor and the industrial engineer for Ariane Supersonic, gave us insight as to what was compliant with Ariane Supersonic standards, as well as what was feasible for the facility layout and production schedule changes. Next slide. In conclusion, achieving the objectives of this project will potentially save Ariane Supersonic a substantial amount of money over the years that the AS-2 will be manufactured. Changes to the layout along with the storage system address the issue of different takt times to minimize cost, minimize space, and meet demand for the scheduled years of production. For Shake and Associates Consulting, the most valuable lesson that was learned was the comprehensive understanding of when and how the system changes before we could do any efficient work on the project. Thank you so much.